Guys, CM Reaper Hunter here. Welcome back to another video. And today I'm going to be making a video talking about Wave 1 of Spirit Halloween's 2026 lineup. So I'm going to get straight into it. Here's the first prop on the page. This is the 6.6 foot Michael Myers from the original Halloween. And overall, I think this prop is awesome. This, in my opinion, I don't know if this is a hot take or not. Some people might disagree. I don't know. But I think this is probably the best Michael Myers animatronic that we've ever gotten. I think it's honestly even better than the Gemmy ones. But the Gemmy ones are still really good, but this thing is awesome. It's crazy that it took this long for us to finally get a perfect Michael Myers animatronic. We got the 2018 one, which was kind of It had a stupid looking face. It played the H2O music, which was cool, but it didn't really look that great. We got a couple pretty good Party City ones. We got the one from Spirit in 2024 that looked pretty decent. It had weird, kind of off-brand Halloween music, but with this one, we finally got, a perfect Michael Myers animatronic. Now, this one is made by, I believe it's a collaboration between Seasonal Visions and Trick or Treat Studios, so that's why it looks so good, because it uses the Trick or Treat Studios mask and all that. But yeah, this prop is awesome. I think it looks, like I said, it looks perfect. I think the masks look great. I think the audio is really awesome. It plays the original Halloween theme. It plays Laurie's theme. And I think it has a third track with just, breathing. But the animation is really cool, too. He just slowly moves his head side to side. And he raises his arm with the knife, which looks really fluent. This guy was originally supposed to be released last year, I think. He was at the expo last year. And I remember seeing the animation on the old one, and it looked kind of weird. It was, robotic. So I'm really happy that they released this and fixed the arm movement, because it looks way better on this one. He's $349.99, $350, which is a lot, but I think it's definitely worth it for what you're getting for this guy. Definitely a really good licensed prop. They're 2 for 2 so far with him and the Xenomorph, I'd say. Here's the next one. This is the 3.9 foot Carnival Creeper. And I think this one's okay. I think I definitely prefer Nightcrawler, but I think this guy is pretty solid. It's weird that they took this long to make a Nightcrawler reskin, obviously because Nightcrawler came out in 2020, and now we're in 2026 getting only the second reskin of him. But hopefully they improved on, the mechanism, because I think he was kind of faulty from what I remember. I could be wrong, I don't know. But I think this one looks solid. I think the audio is pretty good. It plays kind of some creepy clown circus ambience. I think the face looks cool. I don't mind the colors. At first I was kind of, it's like Ronald McDonald, but I feel like they grew on me a little bit. But yeah, I think he's solid. $229.99, $230, $30 more than the original Nightcrawler. It's a little overpriced, but I don't know. It is what it is, I guess. But yeah, I think this guy's decent. Not one of my favorites, but he's not the worst thing ever. Here's the next one. This is the 3.7 foot Trash Bandit. And I don't really care for this one. I'd say this is probably one of the weakest ones this year. I will say the only thing I do like about it is the fact that it's blacklight reactor. I think that's pretty cool. But other than that, I don't know. I don't really care for it. I think the raccoon's face looks pretty cheap. It just kind of looks like a toy. It's got, pretty minimal detail on it. He's got, this bag over him. Instead of, a body, he has, this bag coming out of the trash. And it looks like a PNG from, a grocery store, window cling or whatever. So, yeah, there's that. I think the trash can looks fine. I do like the way it looks. I like the keep out, and I like the kind of toxic, ooze on it. I think the audio is fine. I think it works for what it is. He's $149.99, $150, which honestly isn't too bad. But yeah, I don't really care for this one. I think we've definitely gotten better trash can poppers. I think we got 2 other ones. We got the one from Party City, and then we got the one from Morris this year, which they're probably both better than that one. But it's not the worst thing in the world. I think it's I don't know, it's whatever, I guess. Here's the next one. This is the 4.10 foot Wind-Up Wally. Now, I like the concept of this guy. I think the animation's really cool. He's pretty much a clown doll. He's got the wind-up crank on his back, and it spins, and he talks, and then he pops up, and his mouth moves. So I think the animation's really cool. I like the jump scare that they're going for. But the appearance of this guy does not look good. That appearance is not it. He's made by Party Time. Obviously, you can tell because he's got that cheap ass Party Time clown face. Yeah, I don't like the appearance of this guy. I don't like the face. The face looks really bad. The color scheme is fine, I guess. But yeah, I really don't like the look of this guy. I think the voice is also not that great either. He is 169.99, 170, which I will say honestly is a pretty decent price for him because he has 3 animations. 3 animations for a prop under 200 is pretty good for nowadays. But yeah, I still don't really care for this guy. I like the concept, but I don't like the execution. Now, the next one is 6.6 foot Crackles, and this is easily the best clown prop of the year. I really love this guy. He is a really, really cool clown prop. Obviously, we got to see his video leak back in December, so we kind of already knew what he did and what he looked like. But he's pretty much this vintage clown with like a blue and pink color scheme, and he cracks his face open to reveal this kind of grotesque skull face underneath. And I love the appearance of this guy. He's got kind of that waving Wally vintage appearance. I think the color scheme is really cool. He's got kind of like some dirt all over him. I think both faces are really cool looking as well. I really like the vintage face that he's got. And also like the skeleton face underneath looks really cool. His audio is pretty good. Kind of just what you'd expect from like a typical SVI clown. And one detail I do really like about him, but that's kind of not too noticeable, but I do like that they added it, is the fact that he's got a little bit of blood on his ruffle right under his head. So it kind of gives the illusion that when he pops his face open, there's like blood that splatters out, which I think is really cool. But yeah, I love the appearance of this guy. I think his audio is pretty solid for what it is. He's $249.99, $250, which is kind of just like a standard 6 foot prop price, I guess. Not terrible, but not, I guess, the greatest either. But yeah, I think this guy's really cool. Definitely, probably he might be one of my favorite clown props. I really, really like him. Then the next one is the 4 foot Buzz animatronic, and this is another one I really, really like. Obviously, we've gotten a couple sort of big animal props the past few years. We got Wanda in 2024, who I really like. We got Night Owl last year, which I think sucks. And then we got this guy this year. And I don't know if I like this guy or Wanda more, but they're both, I'd say, neck and neck. I really like both of them. But this guy is really, really cool. He's a giant mutated fly, which is, I don't think, anything we've ever gotten before. The sculpt on this guy is insane. He's got a really cool looking face. It looks really, really great. I like the eyes, like how they have the little detail, the little like kind of circles in his eyes. He doesn't really move much. All he does is flap his wings, but I think the look of him kind of makes up for that. His audio is also really good. It's very gross, which works well for this prop, and it's really creepy. He's $169.99, $170, which is honestly a lot cheaper than I was expecting. Since like Night Owl last year was like $250, I was expecting this guy to be like $300 since he's like fully sculpted. But $170 is honestly a pretty good price for this guy. Yeah, definitely a really cool one. Very unique for sure. Next one is probably my favorite prop of the year. This is the 6.1 foot Jeremy Jaws. Now, it has been a while since we've gotten a zombie this good, but this guy is really awesome. This has got to be one of the best zombie props we've ever gotten. And there haven't really been enough, I'd say, in recent years for like ones that I've wanted this much, but this guy is definitely one that I will be getting. His appearance is pretty simple, kind of just like your typical zombie. But what really sells this guy is the fact that his jaw and eyeball drop out of his head, which is such a cool and unique animation. I even like how they kind of went ahead and gave the strings that drop down like a red color, so it makes it kind of look like they're like tendons falling out of his face, which I think is really cool. He's got like this big eyeball popping out of his head like right before it drops, but I kind of do like how it looks like that. It kind of gives him a cartoony look, but it's cool. His audio is pretty simple, just kind of zombie groaning. He does have like the kind of creepy noise of his jaw dropping though, which is really gross and cool that they added that. But yeah, I love this guy. I think he's really, really cool. One of the best zombie props in my opinion that we've ever gotten. He's $250, which is not too bad. But yeah, he's really awesome. Definitely my favorite from Spirit this year. Here's the next one. This is the 5.7-foot Doomsday Duo, and now this one is super unique. I remember saying back when these guys got leaked in December that this concept seems very edgy for Spirit nowadays, and I'm really happy that they actually got released, and I think they're really, really cool. They're pretty simple looking. They just kind of have like gray clothes on, but they're holding these gas masks over their face, and they move their arms away to reveal these grotesque kind of melted off faces. They're supposed to be a mother and son that survived like doomsday, and there's like toxic chemicals or whatever in the air, and it screwed up their face, and now they're all kind of distorted looking. I think their audio is also really, really good and really creepy. They probably have the best audio, I'd say, out of any new Spirit props this year. The only thing I do wish is that they were Fog Machine compatible, because that would have added even more to them, even though they're already really cool. They're $249.99, $250, which isn't too bad because it's technically like 2-in-1 that you're getting with them, because they're two props in one. But yeah, they're really cool. Definitely some of my favorites from Spirit this year, and it's cool to see them make such a unique concept like this. Here's the next one. This is the 4.4-foot Harvey Carvey, and I think this guy's pretty cool. He's not one of my absolute favorites of the year, but I do like his appearance quite a bit. He's got a really cool looking pumpkin. I like how it kind of looks like a little kid drew it, which is cool. He's got kind of like eyelashes on the pumpkin, and I like all the pumpkin gut detail and stuff he's got in like his face. His costume's cool. I like how he's kind of like wearing pajamas. He's got like a red cape. He's holding a knife and a spoon. The only thing I don't really care about this guy is the audio. I think the audio is not that great. I think the laughing is cool, but the voice and the phrases itself are kind of I don't really care for them that much. But appearance-wise, this guy is pretty cool, and he's $150, which honestly is not too bad. He's got, 2 animations? So yeah, definitely a pretty cool one. Then the final one of the ones that have been released so far. Actually, no, there is one more. This is the 7.1-foot Pumpkin Punisher, and this is another one of my favorites this year. This guy is really, really cool. Very awesome pumpkin prop, and he looks huge in these videos, so I'm really excited to see this guy in person. He's got a very unique pumpkin face. It's almost kind of like a vintage looking pumpkin. And at first, I remember when he got leaked, I saw his face, and I didn't really care for it at first, but it's definitely grown on me a lot. It's very creepy in like an uncanny way. He's got like this long stretched out smile with almost like human like teeth inside. And he's got a pretty basic outfit. He's just kind of got a white shirt, blue overalls. He's holding an axe. But he's got like the Darling Dolly Mega Wolf animation where he kind of lunges forward, which I think is really cool. I think this guy is definitely going to be very menacing in person. I think his audio is really good too. It's pretty minimalistic, but I think it works really well for his character. He kind of just like has this deep breathing, and then he kind of screams when he lunges, and then he laughs. But I think the audio is really good for him. He's $349.99, $350, which is kind of steep. But this guy does look he's gonna be huge. So yeah, definitely one I'm really excited to see in person. Probably one of my favorites as well from the lineup. Then the last one that got released is the Lady Misfortune animatronic, which is the budget prop of the year. And this one is definitely one of my least favorites from the lineup. I don't really care for her. She's not like terrible, but she's definitely not great. I think of the 3 budget ones, she's probably the best one. It's interesting how she kind of like has the orb hovering over her. She's not holding it with her hands. I don't really know what they're trying to go for with that. But yeah, I don't really have much to say about this one. I don't really care for witches anyway, so she's just kind of to me. But yeah, those are all the ones that got released, and there's definitely some really good ones. There's a couple that are just kind of but I think there's definitely way more good ones. And I think the good ones are like really, really good. And then they do have a couple coming soon ones. We don't really have too much of a good look at these, but there's Pennywise, Ghostface, Harmonica Hank, Willow Witch, Screaming Reaper, Bog Monster, and Dead Humor. So I'm assuming these ones will probably get released probably in July, I would think. I don't know when. Maybe early to mid-July. I could see these ones coming out. Pennywise did get leaked for the video of him got leaked, and he looks okay. The face looks kind of weird. I don't like how wide the mouth is, and I feel like the animation is kind of lackluster. He just kind of slowly like leans forward. I think it would have been way cooler if he kind of lunged fast, but I don't think he's terrible. I definitely prefer the original 2019 Crazy Create one though. But yeah, I'm excited to see the rest of these props. I think Screaming Reaper is probably the one I'm most looking forward to just because it's a Reaper. And I really like the way he looks, so I'm excited for him. But yeah, I'm excited to see all of these in high quality. I think this lineup definitely seems like it's pretty good this year. I'm excited to see the theme. From the little glimpse that we got like a month or two ago, it looks really cool. So yeah, I'm very much looking forward to this year for Spirit. Definitely seems like it's a lot better than last year. So yeah, without further ado, I will see you guys in the next video. So look out for more spooky videos.